right now.
Who the fuck is
I can't answer.
Who is it? Who is it?
Sorry, dog.
Who is
Somebody from back home.
What do they want?
I don't know.
Don't have time for this. I look fucking ridiculous.
Let me know when.
Jadiglage Magoon. Shit. Judas. Why? And we are
Murder, Judas.
live. What?
It's murder, Judas.
Murder. I've got on a Santa hat.
You said it's on the.
I've got a jolly
it's gonna
old
be in,
Saint
where the
Nicholas
comments
hat.
are at.
Episode 3.
We on?
I know we're not live, right?
No, we're live.
Why the fuck wouldn't you tell us?
God damn
It's
it.
capturing the essence.
God, John.
You are the worst producer ever.
You fucking suck so much.
I'm actually mad at you.
Yeah, I am too.
You're throwing firecrackers. You know what? We were
Fucking
gonna do a
asshole.
part that was gonna happen organically,
Yep.
and we are gonna be like, "Oh, like let's give Johnny shit
God
today."
damn it.
But now it's for real.
Fuck you.
Fuck you, Johnny.
Anyways, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen.
It's a Christmas episode.
It is the holiday episode. Robert, happy holidays.
Merry Christmas, Charlie. Happy
All right.
Hanukkah.
Yeah. Merry Christmas.
And
Sure.
that other one,
Yeah.
the
Kwanzaa.
African one.
Yep.
I prepared
Happy
a
Kwanzaa.
song that I intended to open up the show with before Johnny
sucks.
fucked me and
Fucking
ruined my
horrible.
song.
You're fucking fired, by the way.
But-
Alex Beefley says, I saw my dudes.
His name's Alec.
Shut it.
You're wrong again.
There you go.
Alex.
Anyways, John, shut the fuck up. You're not allowed to talk.
I'm mad at you.
Robert, continue, please.
But the song went.
Yes.
I'm not even gonna sing it. 'cause
Yeah,
it's ruined at this
it's
point.
fine. Yeah.
But the song went. Jingle bells. Johnny smells.
He does.
Charlie just got laid.
Yesterday.
The divorce mobile, your car,
Yes.
lost a wheel.
But it didn't.
And today is podcast day.
It is. So one part of that is a lie. But other than that, it's golden. Yeah.
I
All
hate
right.
you.
So another eventful week
Yeah.
is done. Nice little 4-day week. Not too bad.
I had a great week,
I did too. Overall in all, it was not bad.
which is a very rare thing to say.
Especially going on right now. Yeah, it is. We had a we had a pretty good turnout, or not turnout, but like reception to the like viewer comments. People sending in questions and stuff they want to hear about.
Yeah.
That was pretty good.
I had a couple.
Yeah, not I mean nothing crazy,
I'd have to.
but for our first time,
Yeah.
it's the first time doing this, it's pretty good.
I'm so sick of people asking me military questions.
Yeah, fucking stop. All of you out there. Like, we're of course if you send it in, we're gonna answer it, but like get more
I
creative.
mean, like, I'll talk about it, but
yeah,
I don't
we're
really
not gonna
want to.
we're not gonna not talk about your topic because that's the whole point of the show. If you send us shit, we'll talk about it, we'll figure it out. But we're so much more than military people. You don't understand that. They don't see me as anything else.
Oh. Rob, I want you to eat that waffle and cry about how you can't get a six-pack.
I can't, dude, that waffle looked disgusting.
It was tremendous. You kidding me?
No way, man. Anyways, so, oh, god damn, John, I'm furious.
I'm so mad at you. You're the worst.
You suck so much.
You guys will thank me later when you watch it.
No, we fucking won't. You fucking cockbag.
Sure won't.
Fuck.
Yeah. Judas.
Stop talking. You are.
Martin had a dream.
You have a.
Martin had a dream.
You were on a fucking word restriction, and you have hit your maximum. Stop.
No.
You have been stopped. Continue,
All right.
please.
So it is the Christmas episode.
It is.
It's December 23rd, 2017.
Yes.
I couldn't feel less Christmassy.
It's just another day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As much of a bummer as it is to say, my last two Christmases have been pretty terrible. Actually, my last three really. The one last year was prior to the deployment.
Are you touching the table with your arm?
Sure not.
It's not me. Okay, continue, please. Sorry.
Anyways,
Listening.
no, last year was the one right before the deployment.
Mm-hmm.
So I got like knives, and I was like, the entire time, every single thing was like supplies to go to Iraq, and every single time I opened a gift, it was like, oh, this will be great for when you're in Iraq, and it was like just such a bummer. You know what I mean? And then this year I had Christmas in November, which just felt weird. It was still nice. It's good to be with family and everything.
Everything's wrong about this. So many things are wrong about this.
Are you feeling festive at all?
No, not at all. I don't. Nothing about this feels like a holiday.
That you're saying with your awesome Santa hat.
Yeah, it's really fucking hot, by the way. But I'm gonna keep it on. It's for the show. It's for all of you out there. All right, get fucking festive. But no, I feel stripped of my holiday cheer, thanks to good old somebody. You know, we don't have to.
The army.
Yep. Those
So
guys.
to explain to the people who don't know what happened, the people who either one don't work with us or aren't related to us, which is the majority of people who watch this
a
show,
lot of people. Yeah.
at least who give us feedback.
Yeah.
We got back from Iraq and we were supposed to have 2 weeks of post-deployment leave at the beginning of November and then 2 weeks of Christmas leave, which is normal. But they decided not today.
Nope.
And they ended up giving us a month of leave in November, which was cool in theory. But then you get a month of leave and you get to be completely reintegrated into civilian life.
God,
And you
so
forget what
good.
it's like to have to wake up at 5 a.m. or whatever.
That was brutal.
I never-
I was dying when I went back to work.
That was one of the worst days of my life when we went back.
Miserable. You and I had a long talk that night, and it was horrible. Fucking horrible. What's Beefly saying? I see he's commenting a lot. We're trying to include the audience here.
Ahem. I'm trying to beat Reed's dad's most comments.
Oh, okay. Well, he's getting after it. What did
I
that
hope you're
girl say?
enjoying your
Who's
CQ
Susan?
shift, Alec.
Suzanne Swan.
Okay, what'd she say?
Oh.
Great job, guys. Very happy holidays to both of you.
Oh.
Several emojis.
Hey, thank you very much.
Happy holidays
Happy
to you
holidays.
too, Swaney. That was
Thank
my middle school teacher.
Oh, great. Thanks
He's
for
the
watching.
best.
Yeah. All right. Awesome. Well, hey, speaking of the military and the holidays, Johnny brought up something earlier, which we'll address, which is, and you didn't know much about it, which was the truce.
Oh
World
yeah.
War One.
Go ahead and fill them in.
Yeah, just a little quick, interesting piece of history. So back in 1914, during the First World War, in the week leading up to Christmas, the Germans, the French, and the British had a truce. They had like a ceasefire. They stopped the war in the middle of it. They just stopped fighting each other, and they met in no man's land, so in the middle of the battlefield, and they just kind of like enjoyed the holidays. You know, they sang songs, and there's like pictures of guys like playing soccer. It's pretty cool. They just totally.
It's European as
They were,
shit.
they were just super cool with each other. They were exchanging gifts, like souvenirs and things, and singing like Christmas songs, all that. It's pretty cool.
Like you were there.
Huh?
It was pretty great.
Yeah, it was a good
It was a nice
time.
time.
Yeah, that's how I met Johan. Great guy. Great guy. I shot him the next day because the war started again.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Had to get back at it. It's like, it was
Yeah.
a good break.
It's
and back
pretty
to work.
wild though, like to think that back then, like in a war, like a world war, they were just like, "Hey, you guys want to like chill out tomorrow? What do you guys think?"
You guys want to?
Yeah.
Do you guys maybe want to
Yeah.
meet up and I want to drink some eggnog?
How about we
and exchange
not
some
kill each other
gifts?
tomorrow? Let's just try it out. Maybe it'll work.
Hey, Charlie.
What?
I think you have a phone call on line 1.
Who is it?
I don't know.
What are you talking about?
Alec Beefly says Miles wants you to answer your phone.
Well,
No.
that's not how this works. We don't answer phone calls on the show. It's not a fucking radio show. I'm not goddamn Ryan Seacrest. Anyways, so yeah, there's a little
Little nice
piece of
break from the war.
little break.
Little
Yeah.
holiday spirit.
that's pretty cool though. It's a really interesting story. So I always like that one. It's a good one.
The truce of 1914. I'm sure we all remember how that one turned out.
Yeah, kept fighting.
I don't know, man. I get a little bit bummed out. Like when you're younger, Johnny, what the hell?
Can you
is going
silence
on?
your fucking phone?
Hello.
Oh my fucking!
Oh, we're not
God.
putting up with that.
I've honestly never wanted to hurt a human being.
I
as
want to
much as I
fucking
wanna
launch
hurt
you through
right
the
now.
goddamn window in this bedroom right now. I want to just launch you through the fucking window.
Do it. I'll take the computer.
Shut the
with me.
fuck up. Robert, continue, please.
Goose from. No, but as I was trying to say before Johnny screwed everything up again,
Again.
Roasted.
was that this whole like holidays like used to be so awesome. Like when you're a little kid, like everything's
Back when you
super-
believed.
yeah, back when you had a reason to
Yeah.
believe. But now everything's just like, you hear that? Johnny, get your fucking phone off the table. Jesus Christ.
I'm sorry, they're blowing you up now.
Fucking stop. God damn it.
Oh my God.
Fuck.
You're single-handedly
Christ.
destroying the Christmas episode.
Yeah.
You're the fucking Grinch.
Since these guys- since
you're the
these guys-
podcast
they're-
Grinch.
they're
Once
trying
a
to-
year.
They're trying to blow me up.
No one fucking cares. Put your goddamn phone away. I'm
You
gonna
are the
break it.
literal podcast Grinch.
Jesus Christ. Throw your fucking phone away.
No, get it off the table.
So no head. Bam.
Throw your fucking phone away. Now.
I wish you would.
God, I really wish you fucking would just fucking kill yourself.
Johnny, do me a favor. Take your fist, just make a good old solid fist and just ram it into your goddamn mouth.
All right. Hey, the audience is really
Get
blowing
your
up.
phone
What are
off
they
of the
saying?
table. Oh my God. Could you be any worse?
Yes.
Hey, what is the audience saying? There's a lot of people messaging us.
Well, I'm trying to say that.
No,
but-
you're trying to be a fucking cockbag.
And you're putting your phone back on the table. we're just gonna do an hour where we just berate Johnny.
That's horrible. That's not the point of the Christmas episode.
No, it's not.
Bullshit.
You know what? The point of the Christmas episode is to love and forgive.
I fucking hate John.
We'll
I'm
get
not gonna
there
forgive him.
eventually.
Jesus Christ.
This about sums up my Christmas mood. The last 10 minutes.
Yeah. It's exactly how I feel.
I don't know,
Fucking
man.
sucks so much.
I'm just
man.
gonna get into a bunch of the events and questions that people wanted to talk
Yeah,
about.
let's just dive in. Let's just
Yeah,
fucking.
we'll just get right
Johnny's
into
gonna
it.
sabotage the fucking show, so let's just keep going.
So you wrote down. You had a couple things sent in that you wanted to bring up.
Yeah. We had someone email the show's channel, and they had 2 questions they wanted us to address.
You want to go ahead and touch on that?
Yeah. So the first question, and it's super, I think it's like opinionated, like the way that you would answer it. But the question was, do we feel that President Trump and like the executive leadership, so in regards to like finishing the question, so the way that everyone can understand executive leadership, it's pertaining to the military. So the question was, if we feel that President Trump and the executive leadership is more respected by the military, and do we believe that they have the military in their best interest? So executive leadership being, the Secretary of Defense, so Secretary Mattis, and then all the Joint Chiefs of Staff, is I'm assuming.
Cool, J Matt.
Yeah. So that was one of the questions.
I don't know, man. I'm not a super political guy. I really don't know
Yeah, that's-
how to tell you.
It's very political.
I do
question.
remember something interesting. I was after the election last year,
Yes.
November 9th.
Yes.
We woke up for work, for PT because
Mhm.
it was in the middle of the week.
Yep.
And I was hearing a bunch of people talk about it after the fact, about how the day after the election, the whole country was somber and like moving slow and everybody was like in a bad
Yeah.
mood. And I was thinking about it, not at Fort Bragg.
Oh, no.
Everybody was in a great
It was
mood
Wild.
when Trump got elected.
Yeah, it was crazy.
People were cracking jokes at
Yeah.
PT, telling like all the Hispanic soldiers, like, "Hey, pack your bags now."
Yeah, it got super racist, but not like in a bad way, and more of just like what he was.
It's
What he was
how
talking
it's in
about.
a how we joke with each other way.
Yeah, which is not really acceptable in the civilian world. No, I think, and again, it's just opinionated. I don't think there's a right answer to this question. And I think that the person who sent it in, I think that's what they were getting at was
What are your
what
thoughts?
our opinion
Yeah.
on it was. Yeah, I think, and this is just from what, like you said, what we in the community have heard. Excuse me. Yeah, I do think that President Trump and the executive leadership absolutely has the military in their best interest.
I'd say so.
Yeah. I think they're, as far as respected, I know the executive leadership is. I don't think you can show me a service member who doesn't respect Secretary Mattis.
No, not at all.
As far as President Trump, I don't. I think
His
that one-
favor is a lot less
Yeah.
than Mattis, for instance.
Absolutely. And, it's one of those things where in the military, it's still like your direct chain of command. So I
Yeah.
think everyone on that respect, on that level, they respect him that way. But if you start getting into anything else, I think that turns into too opinionated, and I'm not going to touch on that one.
Anytime the conversation gets political, me and my buddy had a talk one time, and his point is always that people get so enwrapped in politics and like their opinions of whoever the president is, whether it be Obama or Trump or Bush,
Yeah.
back in the day, and people get so passionate about it. But his point is always like, how much does it really affect your individual life?
It doesn't.
And a lot of times it doesn't.
Yeah.
when it comes to like Trump, for instance, as far as this question is posed and how the military views him and how he's received, you know how he just signed the bill to give like a however big raise, like 2% or something like that. It's almost like grandpa like giving you money for Christmas.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's almost like he's like trying to buy our affection.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is fine. I mean, I'm not mad at it.
It's more money for us.
It's like all the money I can get.
Yeah.
But
We're definitely not paid enough.
I don't know. I feel like I was talking to a friend when I went on leave and I said, man, I just don't know any just hardcore outright Trump supporters.
Yeah.
And he goes to college at a fairly liberal campus in Tennessee. And he was saying, oh man, they're everywhere. I was like, really? And so I'm thinking about like, you know, the crowd he runs with, or, you know, the people he's surrounded with day to day versus the people I'm surrounded with.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, you know, you would think that because we're surrounded by soldiers all the time, that we might be the most, you know, make America great again.
Nope.
Build the wall, like who have people ever. But truthfully, like
we really don't care.
We really don't care.
Yeah.
More than it's not so much we support or
it's
don't.
Just your boss.
Just indifferent. Like
Yeah.
I don't even think about him.
I agree. I absolutely agree with that. Because I think the same way. You know, and I had a bunch of people ask me that question. You know, once he got elected, they're like, "Hey, like, how do you guys in the military feel about it?" And I was like, "It doesn't matter how we feel about it. The guy at the end of the day is our boss. Like he is the top of our chain of command.
Mhm.
So you know, I think that's why most of us don't fucking care. It doesn't matter what you think about him. At the end of the day, you still have to.
You know, Specialist Reed isn't going to be able to.
Yeah.
It doesn't really matter.
No,
what I think.
It doesn't matter at all.
You know, I'll cast my vote, whoever it may be for, but like at the end of the day, that's really all I have that I can do.
Yeah.
So like, why am I gonna waste my time and thoughts on something I have no control over?
It doesn't do any sense.
Or like people, like when people get talking about different political issues, like climate change, for instance, it's a big one that people always talk about.
Excuse me.
My philosophy is kind of like, if there's nothing I can do about it, or if I'm not willing to actually take action, then I don't really care. Like I'm not going to waste my time. Like climate change, sure, it's a really big deal. I don't really know that much about it. Do I think it's a real thing? I guess, as far as I know.
Besides the point.
It doesn't really, I don't know. I don't really care. Like, am I going to buy a Prius or a car that farts rainbows or something? No, man. Like, I don't know. It's not, I care. Political issues I care about are things dealing with the military, like war, because it concerns my job.
It does.
Weed, because I can't wait to get out of the Army and get super high.
Smoke weed every day.
And that's about it. Like, I don't, I mean, I care about issues, but I'm not going to waste my time and my breath trying to convince you to be pro-choice or pro-life or what have you. You know what I mean?
Dude, absolutely. I
whatever the issue might be.
Yeah. No, I completely agree with you. Yeah, I think it's pretty good. I think it's more than answers the question.
Yeah, definitely.
So the other one he had was now that Don't Ask, Don't Tell has been repealed. It happened a while ago. But now that it has been repealed, how do we feel about the transgender issue in the military? I don't know if you call it an issue, but the transgender situation.
Topic.
Yeah. As well as females in combat application jobs, such as the infantry or special forces or anything like that. And we kind of touched on this.
Real quick, before we get into it, I have to ask, was Don't Ask, Don't Tell a factor at any point during your career? Because I was well after.
No, by the time that I had got in, Don't Ask, Don't Tell had been repealed.
Okay, so we're in a post repeal military.
We never experienced it.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I don't really know any openly gay infantrymen.
I don't know either.
I hear stories. I mean, we're all a little gay, but
everybody's gay but once in a while.
Yeah. I'm not gay, but $20 is $20.
Hey man, dude, you got.
Man, I'm not scared of anybody. I'll fight like a blind kid who can jump really high or something like that. No, but it's just like at the end of the day, I really just don't care about. I don't care.
It doesn't matter
what gets you off or what you're into, as long as you're not hurting anybody.
Yep.
Do you, man?
All power to you.
That's my thing.
Yeah,
as long as
the same way.
As long as you're not hurting anyone or hurting yourself, like I don't care what you do.
Yeah. Whether
that be sexually, politically, live your life.
Yeah.
I'm pro people.
No, and I agree with that. And like I said, we have touched on the women in the infantry topic on a previous episode, and we had a lot of people comment afterwards and talk about it. So I don't really want to get caught up on that one again because we did
Get
we
into it a little bit, but we're not going to do it.
Yeah, no, we're not going to do it like we did last time, but we'll touch it. I as a professional opinion, this isn't a Charlie opinion. This is a service member opinion. I don't think that the military and the country is ready for women in combat combat application roles. Now, women in the military, awesome. Like it's been happening forever. That's not anything fucking new.
I don't think anyone thinks women shouldn't be in the military.
I don't either. And if you do, you need to.
You're stupid.
You need to fucking join the rest of the world and get on the fucking train. But as far as women in combat applications, I don't think anyone is ready for that.
No.
I think there's way too much that goes into it that would have to change. I think there's a level of camaraderie that would
it would change.
It would absolutely change. You got to think about it. Like, one of the viewers we had on the last episode where we talked about this, they had messaged me afterwards and they said, hey, you got to think about you guys being in that combat situation. Sorry, I'm a little congested. It's bad enough when we lose guys, right? When you lose fellow guys, like that's bad enough as it is. But he said, you got to think about it. What if you see that girl, fighting with you and then she dies? He's like, as men as a whole, he's like, I don't think men can handle that. He's like, seeing that girl, like imagine if she gets captured, she's not coming back.
And she's not getting treated well either.
Exactly. And
nobody gets treated well, but
yeah,
exactly where that's going to go.
You know exactly what's going to happen. Yeah. So the guy who was talking to me about this, he goes, man, you got to think. He's like, I don't think the guys in that combat role would be able to handle that. And I agree with that. I think it is very true. If it's bad enough to have, the same sex, not come back, and that's horrible.
Mm-hmm. I
think if you were to have been there and it be a female, I think it would be even worse. So in my opinion, I don't think, I'm not saying that they shouldn't. I'm not going on it as a sexist approach. Like they can't do it. They absolutely fucking can, because we have women in the infantry right now. They've already passed. They're somewhere. I don't know what units they're in, but
the job, truthfully, in a lot of ways, like to qualify for it, the standard is not that hard.
No, not at all. Women can absolutely do the job, and that's not what I'm saying. But I don't think that the rest of the community, as well as the country, is ready for what that fully entails. I think they might have been ready to see them. I think they might have been ready to see a woman with.
Everybody's ready to see how great, like a minority or women can do, which that's awesome. Like I'm all about equal rights and things. Well. Yeah, but this is different.
I agree. So
one of the things, a friend of mine, we were talking about gun control one time, and he's like super pro gun control.
All right.
Which, not to get into that, but he wishes that people, when they make their pro gun argument, would just say, you know what, man, I just like guns. I'll be honest with you. And here's one of the things
wrong with that.
Yeah. And so sort of like the coming out and just like saying exactly, it's like the thing that you almost don't want to admit when you like, there's certain reasons that people don't want to bring up when you agree with something or when you're for something. One of the reasons that doesn't get brought up enough, and I'll fully admit whether it might be wrong or not to feeling this way about the women in the infantry issue, there is a certain dynamic to the way a platoon works or a unit, you know what I mean?
Yes.
With like the boys, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And it's 100% a thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I'm not a sexist person, but it definitely is like kind of a sexist thing to say. It would be not impossible, but it would be very difficult for most women to just fill that role and and just be true, like one of the guys in every sense of the word, like both professionally and like socially, like,
absolutely.
Telling dick jokes in the cough or, what have you.
Yeah.
And then it would also change the group dynamic. Like how much ridiculous things do we say on a daily basis that could probably, get us in trouble, and and then we would have to change our behavior, which maybe for the best, but like still, like this is part of
it's still invoking a change.
It's part of the job and it's part of the culture. And truthfully, it's one of my favorite things about my job is
The banter.
the silliness with the guys and just
Absolutely.
the dumbness.
Yeah.
It's what gets you through all the bullshit.
No, it is. It's that,
You know what
it's
I'm
that
saying?
bond that
And
you
a-
get from that. Yeah.
A lot of people want to make their legit arguments about whether or not society's ready or like whether most women can handle the load. Like there are like the logistical, like
Sure.
serious arguments there.
Yeah.
But I would go so far as to admit the personal one that I think a lot of people have but don't want to talk about, whereas like I just don't want things to change because I like the way they are now and I think it works well.
Yeah, exactly. So
A lot of people don't want to say that, but I'll go ahead and admit it.
yeah, no, and that's fine. And I think that applies to kind of the second part of that question was the transgender part of it.
Yeah.
That one, I don't know if it is as much of an issue. Granted, I don't know any transgender people.
I've never met one.
Fully support you with what you want to do, man. If you're not happy with yourself and your change will make you happy, then man, all power to you. Like I'm all about it. But I think if it's done correctly, meaning the transition. So what you're talking about, I think if a girl is unhappy with herself and she becomes a man and then joins, right? If it's kind of just you don't really stick out, it just kind of goes, like if a female shows up to the platoon, you stick out like a sore thumb, right?
Yeah.
But I think if it's, as far as a transgender, if it just kind of blends, everything just keeps running smooth, then I don't think there's a problem with it. But I think you can also, it's a thin line to where it can also turn into like what you're saying, where it turns into not a thin line. And it turns into that now you're changing too much and it's causing a rift like in the dynamic in which the way we work.
It depends on the person too. Like you
agree.
can't make broad sweeping statements. Like it's really difficult to whenever you get into issues like this.
Yeah.
It's all about an individual.
Sure. Absolutely.
But as far as my vision, like I can see the path for say like a man who now is a woman, because that's on the table
Absolutely.
with like current policy.
Yes.
I could see a man who changes into a woman fitting in a little bit better than say a woman who changes into a man.
Mm-hmm.
Possibly. I don't really know.
Yeah.
That's kind of dumb to say because I don't have nearly enough experience with transgender people.
Yeah. No,
So
absolutely.
like I'll fully like throw down my ignorance card there. So I'm kind of talking out of my ass, but
yeah.
in theory, this is what I think.
Okay.
If a man is changes into a woman and that's his transition,
Mm-hmm.
and then joins the infantry, for instance,
Mm-hmm.
I could see them becoming a far like that crucial factor of like being one of the guys.
Yeah.
Is way more important than I think people realize.
It is.
It matters a lot
big
because that
factor.
exclusion from the group.
Yeah, it's like getting
is-
ostracized.
I've seen dudes who aren't one of the boys,
Yeah.
and they have a hard time. Like they get what we call poopy faced and depressed, and they feel sorry for themselves, and they
Yep.
don't perform as well. And like, but the guys who maybe they are having a harder time like with soldiering skills,
Mhm.
but are brought into the group, they learn, they figure out, and they operate better,
Yeah.
and then they get better because they have that bond or whatever it is you want to call
No,
it.
absolutely. I
Hey,
agree.
Rob.
Yeah.
We got a comment from Brian Reed. I'll read it real quick.
Okay.
Cost of transgender surgery is crazy, and the medication is forever. Asthma keeps you out of the service, as well as hundreds of other reasons.
Yeah. All right. So, absolutely. That's a.
Now we're talking like more logistically as opposed to
we're looking
socially.
financially. Yeah. I think that now, granted, this is just again, it's all opinionated. But he is right. There is numerous things where you can go to a recruiter and get turned away for. I think it's very well in the realm of possibility where if someone who wants to go through that process of changing their gender goes to a military recruiter and says, "Hey, I want to join, but I also want to change my gender as soon as I get in." I can very well see the military saying, "Nope, we if you're already in and you want to change." I think at that point, it's kind of one of those, they've already put money into you, right? It costs a lot of money to train soldiers. So I think if you were already in, and you're doing time, you're serving, and you decide you want to make that change, I think that it could be fine. I think the military can get behind that. But I think very well that if you have not enlisted yet, and you go to a recruiter, I can very well see them turning you away for that.
with good reason. I knew a kid in basic training who he joined, immediately got on profile, and then was in sit call and the other weird like physical therapy thing that they had in basic training
Okay.
every single day
Yeah.
that he was there for months. He literally joined just to get 2 months of free medical care. They did dental work on him, did
Yeah.
all sorts of different checks like on his like muscular tissue, like all this stuff, right?
Okay.
And he literally just joined to quit but get free medical care while he was in,
What a shit.
and then get chapped. Oh yeah, he's a total piece of shit.
Yeah.
We
Well,
made
it
it,
happens though, you know?
and you're gonna see those people. This is literally just occurred to me just now. What if it was a time served thing? Like you could join the military, but you have to serve a certain amount of time before you can have a transitional surgery.
I could see that happening too.
I feel like
Yeah.
that would be a possible rule that they could implement.
Well, it's the same way with your college. You have to
Yeah.
serve a certain amount of time before you can give your GI Bill to your
I think
family
that's
members.
fair. If I have to wait a certain amount of time before I can get my college paid for,
Mm-hmm.
you know,
You should have to wait a certain amount of time to have that level of surgery done.
and it's not exactly the same thing, so you can't call it a complete parallel, but
Absolutely not.
there is a similarity there.
Sure. And the military could very well find one.
Yeah.
Now, that's the thing. And that's where this is, you know, with any of these questions that anyone sends into us, it's just opinionated, right? It's not what we think is right or wrong or anything. It's just what we think at the moment.
Specialists Reed and Hibbs do not have the answers.
Yeah, we don't have any fucking answers for you guys. We can give you our opinions, and that's the whole point. That's like, we love this shit. If you guys are watching and you're commenting or you're emailing us questions, like, we love it, and we'll absolutely answer your questions. We've got plenty more that we're going to cover on this episode. Like I said, we had a lot of people, for the most part, send stuff in, which is pretty good. So,
Speaking of comments, Ron
Ron?
Valentine wants to know, who, in your opinion, is America's greatest enemy to date?
that's a pretty good question. Is he
Luke Bryan.
Tom Brady?
Genders.
I'm confused. Is he referring to past or present?
Enemy to date, so whenever. Like,
Okay.
America's greatest enemy.
Or the Nazis.
Yeah, Hitler. That's the first. Yeah, I
the
gotta say,
Nazis are the ultimate bad guys. I think
total stormtroopers.
Yeah,
Darth
completely.
Vader. Worse than Darth Vader
There
because he
was-
turned good.
There was a
Bad
there was
as it
a
gets.
symbol. There was a figure. There was a leader. Yeah, the Nazis will
There was
forever be.
There was a black and white line.
Yes.
It wasn't like a lot of stuff going on today where it's like ISIS, for instance, is essentially a gang,
Yeah, it's just
a
people.
religious gang.
Yeah.
It's not a country. It's not,
Yes.
you know, as much as they want to be.
Sure. No, they're not. They're
But-
hoodlums.
I think it was the Native Americans.
Really?
Yeah.
You think so?
Yeah.
Care to back that up?
Yeah. What is your
argument
What is
there?
your argument for that?
Well, as we were, taking over the North Americans, like we usually do, I mean, they were actually there killing a bunch of like families and stuff. So
Well, yeah, but
yeah, fuck those guys.
Well,
too.
different strokes for different folks. I'm
Yeah.
gonna have to say Nazis are worse than
Well,
Indians.
the Nazis are definitely a strong number 2.
yeah.
Yes.
No, yeah, they're
hard,
a
hard
close
to
runner-up.
close to.
Hey, thanks for the question, though, man. Really appreciate it. We'll just keep it going. Keep going with the questions.
Yeah.
Right before the show, we had one of our viewers question in. They wanted to know what our professional, which I'm not really sure what that applies to. Professional, maybe being service members, but they want to know our professional opinion of strip clubs. So
I'll go ahead and let you go first, and then I'll chime in with my
Okay.
experience as someone who's never been to a strip club.
okay,
You can go ahead and throw in your 2 cents, and then I'll give mine.
All right. My professional opinion of strip clubs. I think they're good for your local economy. I think it definitely employs people. And
Who
when I
might
say-
not otherwise have any
Yeah.
skills.
who like I know when the last time I was there, I was standing up front and one of the dancers was going home and she was talking to one of the other guys who works at the club, and she was like, yeah, I'm just here while I'm at college. And I'm like, yeah, you know what, you gotta
Good for you.
gotta make money, you know.
Yeah.
No, I think they're fine. They're dirty, they're expensive. But I mean, I don't think they're horrible. I definitely don't think they should be banned, or granted, I don't think there's any fucking bill going up or anything, or any kind of law trying to ban strip clubs.
How about this? What do you think of legalized prostitution?
Absolutely. Fully support it.
Tell me your thoughts, and then I'll give you mine, because I
Okay.
actually have a few legit points on this.
Yeah, I don't understand. So like brothels, right? There's
Mhm.
certain places where brothels are legal. I don't understand the harm that it does in somebody wanting to sell their body. Sell your service, sell your company, whatever you want to call it.
In theory, like on paper.
On paper, yeah. Like I just see it as any other type of business. It's goods and services
Yeah.
for money, So I don't think it's a big problem.
Well, okay, so in Prohibition, the moment they made alcohol illegal, immediately crime spiked, bootlegging.
Huge. Yes.
Al Capone became famous because of it.
Absolutely. Yes.
And so whenever you make something illegal, a black market is going to show up. And there's a horrible black market that prostitution is known for.
What, like sex trafficking?
Yes.
Okay.
People get, girls get abducted at young ages and get abused and hooked on drugs.
Yeah, and shipped across the world. And
dark shit happens. We all saw Taken.
True story.
But a lot of bad things happen. And whenever you make something like marijuana, for instance, legal, or in this case, prostitution, then a lot of the black market goes away.
Yeah, it loses the market for that.
And now a lot of people are morally opposed to it, maybe because they're old fashioned or what have you, or maybe for religious reasons. And that's fine. They're entitled to their opinion.
Yeah.
But we have separation of church and state. So for legal reasons, as far as the state goes, I think prostitution should totally be legal.
Yeah. Make it legal and make it taxable.
Make it taxable.
Yep.
Work, if men or women or whoever's
fucking
working
unions.
There's
labor unions. There's fucking work unions. Have a fucking
healthcare
union.
Make it to where they
have benefits.
You have to have like contracts, for instance. Like, do you want protection? Like, what
you have to have credentials.
Yeah,
right? You have to be able to
background check.
Like show me the Carfax.
Yeah,
right.
Show me the HOFAX.
Trademark. HOFAX.
Show me the HOFAX.
Jesus Christ, what have we stumbled upon? We're onto something here.
But
fire.
There's all these pros to it.
Yes.
And now it definitely wouldn't completely stop kidnappings and like a lot of the horrible things that happen.
Sure. Yeah.
But I gotta believe it might put it on decline.
Okay. I completely agree with you.
I think socially there might be some chicks out there who are opposed to it purely because like finessing type chicks.
Yeah.
That might go to just they might flirt with guys just to finesse meals or whatever it is. Or every dependopotamus outside of base is going to lose their shit.
Oh, it's going to be open fucking season around here.
Yeah. Like if guys could just be like, yeah, you know what? $200. I have to, maybe they want the girlfriend experience, take her out, have a nice evening, guaranteed sex.
Yeah.
It's better than the notion of, well, maybe I'll get laid. And then, you go out, spend the same amount of money on concert tickets and haircut, a jacket, like whatever
does it for you.
Yeah. Whatever it is that you're going for, and then maybe you get stiffed at the end of the night anyways.
Sure. It happens to everybody.
It's like you said, it's goods and services.
I agree.
And I think there's a lot of chicks that have what I call hot girl privilege. They get a lot of shit for free just because they're hot and dudes want to bang them.
Absolutely.
And
if you fucking think it doesn't happen, you're an idiot.
Yeah.
Because it does.
But I think maybe illegal prostitution would get rid of some of that hot girl privilege. And that's the problem that needs to be solved in today's America.
That is America's
That's the squeaky wheel that needs the oil.
That is the real.
That's the one.
Hot bitches to stop acting like bitches.
Yeah.
Well said.
But so anyways, but back to the original question. Yeah, I think strip clubs are fun. I don't think they're a problem. I don't think that there's real cons to them. I think they're fine. Yeah.
I've never been to a strip club. I don't really have an opinion on them. The idea of it doesn't really appeal to me. I know a guy who's desperately trying to go out and get laid every single night. You know who I'm talking about.
I do.
And the other night he just spent $400 at a strip club, didn't accomplish his goal of having a sexual partner that night.
Yep.
And
he also didn't have a sexual apartment.
Yeah. just a regular old F shack.
Yeah, no, I got it, man. Absolutely. So
yeah, it doesn't really appeal to me. Some people really like it, and that's cool. They can, if you're having a good time and you're not hurting anybody, do whatever you want.
I agree, man.
Yeah.
If no one's getting hurt, it's a good time.
Nobody's getting hurt, get after it.
Yep.
Pitter patter. Let's Let's go.
Back
We're
to
off to the
Florida.
witch. Hail to the king.
Hail to the king.
Yeah, I gotta say real quick.
What's up?
So I'm seeing that we're getting new comments on the Facebook page, but for whatever reason, they're not showing up on my feed.
Okay.
So it might just be taking time. I've been trying to fix it for the past like 5 minutes. I just don't know what the deal is.
Is there a way that you can swap back and forth so we can
Can
kind
you
of
check on your phone?
keep the audience going?
I've tried looking on my phone and shit. I can't figure it out, dude. I'm still gonna figure it out
All
right
right.
now. But
Sorry to everyone. If
Yeah,
you're,
that's the name of the show.
yeah, if you're posting things and they're not showing up, sorry, we're trying to figure it out. So
we have 7 viewers, by the way.
Terrific.
9 if you count YouTube as well. So that's pretty good.
Dope.
yeah,
We
hey,
get a lot more views after the fact.
yeah, we do, and we do.
Last episode's had
Pretty
over
well.
1,000 views.
Yeah, people are liking it. They're whatever it is that we are doing, people seem to enjoy. So, and I think that now that we're incorporating this, how we're really kind of incorporating the audience. You know, people can send in topics they want to hear about.
Yeah.
Maybe it's something that's been on your mind forever, and you kind of just want it out there.
Yeah,
I think now that we're doing that, it could probably definitely help
For
our
sure.
ratings, if you will. So,
So one of the questions I was asked this week
okay,
is from a buddy of mine who he asked me, "What are your plans for after the military? ... Re-enlist ?
okay,
So you, as someone who has re-enlisted,
yes.
would you mind going over some of your personal reasons or just give your take on it, like what your thoughts are on
Sure.
your future?
Okay. Yeah. So, like you said, I did re-enlist a few months ago while we were over in Iraq. My main reason for re-enlisting was to support my daughter.
Mhm.
And the military is absolutely a great way for me to do that. You know, we don't get paid the best, and I think most people agree with that. It's not talking shit. I think for the amount of work that we do, you know, the pay's not terrific, but it's not bad. So we get paid well. We have incredible benefits,
Yeah.
and those also apply to my family. And it's a lot of security. You know, I knew
Yeah, it's the most stable paycheck you're ever going to
it
get.
is absolutely the most stable paycheck I'll get. As of right now, my plan is to stay in, you know, probably, you know, kind of make it a career. But yeah, I think it all is on the individual. You know,
Yeah.
I've seen since I've been in, I've seen guys re-enlist, and I've seen guys, you know, successful guys. I've seen, you know, staff sergeants, you know, guys with deployments and you know, successful military men who could easily make it a career, just say, fuck this, dude, I'm done. And they get out, you know, and whatever it is they're going to go off and do, you know, they just say, you know, this is it. This is enough for me. I'm done. And I've seen guys, you know, like me who have, you know, their first deployment and they're just starting out and they re-enlist. So I think it's completely on the individual, but I think it's got pros and cons. Absolutely.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I'll give my take on it.
Sure. Yeah. Absolutely.
As of right now, my whole motto for the way I'm operating, like my choices that I make and everything,
Yeah.
is I'm going to work like I'm doing a career,
Okay.
but I'm going to plan as though I'm getting out in 2020 when my contract ends.
Smart.
See what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
No. Really
I'm
good.
planning-
Yeah. Good
I'm-
plan.
Planning for getting out, but working like I'm staying in. You know what I'm saying?
No, that is a great way to go about doing it. Absolutely.
As of right now, my plan is to get out after May 30th, 2020. Can't get here soon enough.
Preach.
No, one of the big reasons, another thing I don't think a lot of people bring up, or maybe I'm just a little unique scared butterfly. One of the things that made me want to join the military was I think everyone has a big fear of failure, you know?
Absolutely. Yeah.
And although you can toot your own horn and say like, oh, like I've been very successful and I work very hard, the path is laid out for you in the military.
Mm-hmm.
The path to success is very easy.
Absolutely.
Be on time, be squared away,
Yep.
show up every day,
That's it.
and you will progress.
And perform.
Mhm.
That's
Yeah,
it.
perform.
Yeah. Simple as that.
And not everybody's, you know, Chris Kyle or something like that. Like
Rest in peace, man.
sometimes, you know, you're just a guy and I'm just a dude playing a dude disguised as another dude.
Playing another dude.
No, but
Sometimes you're just an average fuck.
you know, not downing anyone else's success or my own. Like I've done fine with the under
Sure.
2 years I've been in, but
Yeah.
truthfully, like it was all laid out for me. I
Yeah.
just had to go and do it. Like it literally was told to me. Whereas in college, for instance, or maybe not, or maybe just in regular, normal civilian life.
Uh-huh.
Maybe your next step is it's more on you because you have that freedom.
Yes, absolutely.
And that freedom can go a couple of ways for people. Some people can be madly successful
Mhm.
and kill it at life.
Sure.
And
Yeah. Look at successful entrepreneurs and stuff like that.
and they can just make just buku money.
Absolutely.
But it can go the other way. And like a lot of people who maybe aren't playing it smart, like I didn't graduate high school all that long ago. So whenever
Last week.
last week, I'm
Congratulations, by the way.
doing really good.
Yeah.
I got my CIB in a week.
Good for you.
I'm a specialist.
Judas.
Martin had a dream.
Sure did.
No, but like whenever I go home, I see people that I went to school with, or I hear about how people are doing and this, that, and the other. And some people are doing fine. The majority of people are just going to school, working part-time. So nothing wrong with that.
They're just like floating through life.
Yeah, they're just doing it.
Yeah.
But then some people are killing the game. Like some people have like started up their own businesses.
Sure.
Like
Absolutely.
I don't know, like some people are doing great. But then there's that really, really sad fraction of people that you hear about, and they're like still living at home with their parents.
Yep.
Working at some fast food place, like
Nothing to show.
not going to school. It's been
their time.
It's been X amount of years since they've graduated, and they've got nothing.
Yeah. No. Absolutely. Yeah.
And it's a bummer. It's partially motivating because I don't want to be like that.
No, absolutely. Especially, and that's one thing. Like you can see it firsthand.
Yeah.
You get to go home and see where you could potentially have ended up.
And I'm so scared personally of being one of those people that I know I'll never be one of those people.
Yeah.
Because as much as I don't want to stay in the Army, I'll do 20 years in the Army and get out before I will ever go back and live with my parents and not have a job, not go to school. You
Absolutely.
know what I mean?
No, absolutely. I completely agree.
There's that quote. I think it's by, it'll come to me, but I got it off of Kingsman. The quote is, there's nothing noble in being superior to your fellow man. True nobility is being superior to your former self.
It was
Hemingway. Yeah. It was
Yeah.
Ernest Hemingway.
Yep.
But that quote I think is such a great way just to sum up how you should live your life.
I agree.
Like just every day get a little bit better
than what you were.
Yeah. You today should be better than you yesterday.
And
or you of a year ago.
Absolutely.
You should not. The people who scare me the most in life are the people who talk about how, man, college was the best time of my life. Like
you live in the past.
Yeah, I heard a guy say, I was dating a girl who was getting ready to go to college. She was a year ahead of me.
Okay.
And a guy was went to the same school and had already graduated. And he goes, man, you're gonna love it there. Best 4 years of my life. I wish I could go back. And I just thought to myself, I was like, that's horrifyingly sad.
Yeah.
I'm like, that is the most depressing thing I've ever heard in my life. The fact that you think that you peaked at 20, 21, 22.
Yeah, that was the best time of your life.
No.
That's ridiculous.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
That's scary. And I don't ever, as much as like this year, for instance, and we're going to get in more to like the year. I want to do like a 2017 year in review.
Yeah, next episode.
Next week, because it'll be the last podcast before the end of the year.
Before the new year. Yeah.
But as far as like this year, I can honestly say 2017 was the best year of my life.
I completely agree. Same for
and
me.
I was in Iraq for nine
months. Yeah.
I feel the same way. And meanwhile, the rest of the world is just like 2017 is such a shit
2017 so bad.
And
Trump was president.
That's a good point, and I think it applies to anything. I think anything in this life, you're going to get whatever you put into it.
Mm-hmm.
And for us, that involved going to the other side of the world and working for 9 months in a fucking place that no one wanted to be in. But what did we get? Like, I know for me, I came back completely different.
Your transit, you went just an ugly little slimy fat old caterpillar.
Oh yeah.
And here you are.
Blossoming butterfly.
Big beautiful monarch butterfly.
Spreading those
orange
wings.
and black.
No, I think
poisonous if you eat them.
I think absolutely with anything you do, it's all in what you put into it. And if we're quoting people, I think one that that really clings to me is Neil Young once said, "It's better to burn out than to fade away."
Yeah,
and I think
definitely.
that's absolutely true. I would rather go out in a blaze of glory, so to speak, than to just live a long, boring fucking life, just continuously looking back, thinking, "Yeah, man, I wish I could go back to 1997.
Yeah.
Those were the good days. No, I don't want to do that. I want to say, man, I fucking can't wait to see what tomorrow brings, man.
Nostalgia should never be your primary source of happiness.
I agree. And that's I think that's the way that I want to live my life. And I think that's for the most part I'm doing a pretty okay job.
Yeah,
at it.
doing fine.
You did
Yeah.
a fantastic job, Charlie.
Well, thanks, guys.
Hey, we got updated comments.
Okay, what do we
Lightning
got?
Round real quick. Let
Okay,
me
sure.
Read them all off here.
Yeah.
Let's
For
see.
sure, don't read all of them.
Ben Brower says George Soros, America's greatest enemy to date. All right, I can see that.
Thanks,
Brian
Ben.
Reed commenting. I think he means who is the threat now? Responding to Valentine.
Okay.
For sure, don't read every comment. For sure, pick out the good ones.
Alec Beefley with a little
Yeah, like,
emoji.
we don't need- yeah,
For
don't
sure,
read emojis.
stop. Figure it out.
Okay.
Don't read every
Paul
single
and
comment.
Charlie, hi from all the family.
Oh yeah, all my family's watching this. Hey, enjoy your holiday, you fucks. Glad somebody
We got
can.
two viewers, Joel Avila and David Morris.
Okay.
For sure, stop telling us shit that
Any
isn't
other-
pertinent to
any
the show.
questions?
Yeah, anything that
I wanted to
matters.
go over the comments first. Now we're gonna get to the questions. Don't
Jesus
worry.
Christ.
Got that one. All right, another one from Ron Valentine.
Okay, what do you say?
What do you think America sucks at that we need to raise the bar?
Soccer,
Definitely.
definitely.
Tom Brady. Something we're not good at. Getting involved in everybody's fucking business. I think we need to stop doing that. I think sometimes we just need to let things play the fucking course. Not saying all the time, right? I think there's periodically throughout history, there's times where we've gotten involved in people's business and for a good reason.
As like a nation, you mean like politically?
Yes,
Okay.
As a nation, the whole comment of the world police. I think that shit needs to stop. I think sometimes you just need to let nature run its fucking course. Now, granted, if it gets to a point where it's super fucking bad, because as much as we do try to police the world, it's in good reason. Like we're a fucking superpower and we're one of the goddamn best ones, if not the best one. And I'm not fucking America's the greatest. That's not what I'm getting at.
We are
But
America.
for instance, Mogadishu, right?
Mhm.
Somalia. That
Nobody
was
calls it Mogadishu. We call it the Moog.
or just simply Moog.
And this is my safety.
No, that was one point where, and again, it's super opinionated, but you were looking at 300,000 plus people, just civilian, regular fucking people were just dying. It was a genocide. I think that is a point where, and granted, it wasn't just America, it was the United Nations. So they all got together and was like, hey, this is pretty fucked up. We should probably step in. Like, that's good. But I think there's also been other times where we just stop. Let it fucking happen, right? If it's not directly affecting us, our allies, or the safety of the fucking world, let it play its fucking course. So yeah, cool. Good question. You want to touch on it real quick? We'll keep going.
You went kind of like a political route. I'll talk kind of socially
Sure. Absolutely. Whatever you got.
because Americans like culturally a lot of, and it's this is
We suck.
maybe like a millennial thing really
Oh yeah. Okay.
because that's a big topic.
Yes.
It really pains me to say, but Americans, not maybe as a whole, but the loud portion of like our generation are a bunch of soft bitches.
Completely agree.
And it annoys me to no end.
Total fuck. Yeah. Absolutely. Yes.
And I don't think people get enough like legit struggle in their lives.
Yeah.
It's
It's a generation of entitlement.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm referencing the same book that I referenced last week, but
Yeah,
Tribe.
Yep.
By Sebastian Younger.
Yep.
I'm gonna copyright whatever.
Yeah. No.
Wow.
It's a good. He's a great author. Good documentaries. Check him out.
But one of the common themes in the book is it talks about how rates of depression, anxiety, mental illness, for instance,
Okay.
are higher in times of peace versus times of like turmoil.
Mm.
After the 9/11 attacks, New York saw like a drastic drop in first-time anxiety prescription users.
Yeah.
Suicides, like all these different things versus 5 years later,
Yeah.
10 years later is probably a better example. Once people have like become completely disconnected from the war that's going on in the Middle East and
Sure.
people are back to just living their own like happy little simple lives
Yeah.
where like those numbers of people, suicides, depression, anxiety, other forms of mental illness spike. And it begs the question, why?
Yeah,
Why is this?
absolutely?
And it talks about, and I firmly agree, that humans are meant to deal with a certain amount of struggle.
Yeah, conflict.
you have to-
It's in nature.
You have to go through some shit
Hmm.
to operate like healthily. Like you work hard, you bust your ass day in and day out, and you come out and you're just like, whew, all right, yeah, got something done today. Good.
Yeah, it's a sense of accomplishment.
Versus
Yeah.
you sit around like tweeting all day and like
You're
just
sitting on
going
your ass.
and getting coffee with your friends, and
Yeah.
maybe you like just do some BS. Like you don't really like have like that physical turmoil, or you never have that legit threat.
Yeah.
And
or
then
mental.
that's when you think that the president being elected is like your biggest, worst problem you'll ever encounter. You know what I mean? And it
Yeah.
completely ruins your life. And you know what I mean? Like,
No, absolutely. I get it.
and it's just that we live very, very soft lives.
I agree.
We're doing
Yeah.
a podcast. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No,
Like
I'm right there with you.
we have serious first world privilege here,
Yeah.
you know, and like we live very soft lives with very little actual difficulty.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And I wish Americans were just like a little bit tougher, or at least appreciated the lives that they live.
That they got. Yeah.
You know, because
No,
we have
I
it.
got it.
We have it damn good in this country.
Absolutely. And
You know-
we got to experience that
Yeah.
firsthand. So, no, I agree. Johnny, what else we got?
Next question from Ben Brower.
Okay.
What is y'all's opinion of the demonization of Southern history and heritage and the removal of the landmarks people think are offensive?
Wow. All right. Good question, man.
I'll let you take it.
all right.
First one.
Let's try to. I don't want to like speed run through these, but I don't also want to make them huge topics. So just quick. I think it's wrong. I don't think that the monument should be torn down. I don't think that the history should be forgotten. And my reasons for that is, regardless of what you think the monuments stand for or about the history, yes, slavery is fucking wrong. Absolutely. No fucking questions, no doubt about it. Slavery was fucked up, and the South supporting slavery was wrong. However, the South was still America. They were still Americans, and the Civil War was a war with our own brothers. And those statues and that history is honoring the death of those soldiers, right? That history of that war, us, right? And I think that it's just paying tribute to the loss that we experienced. That statue doesn't fucking represent slavery. It's not a statue up there saying, hey man, this was a great idea. No, that's not what it is at all. It was wrong, completely fucked up. No one's arguing that. No one's saying slavery was fucking great. That's not what this shit's about. So I think it's wrong. I think the statue should stay up. I think it's a reminder that at one point we had a very dark time in our history. And by removing that, you're kind of putting makeup on a pig, so to speak. It doesn't make it any better. So yeah.
Again, this goes back to exactly what I was bringing up last time. We have such conflictless lives and such soft, easy existences
Yep.
that we're getting ourselves into a big debate where people are having violent fights and coming to blows over
Yeah, riots.
a piece of rock that's shaped like a guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's all it is.
That's all it is.
You can call it a monument or like the memory of slavery or whatever, or heritage. You can call it whatever you want.
Whatever you want.
But it's a piece of rock that was made to look
That
like a
resembles
person.
a man.
Who cares?
Yeah.
Maybe, how many of those people that are complaining, online or at different protests didn't even like clean their damn room that morning.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they're like, oh, we're going to go riot? Oh, we matter.
Like maybe you should handle your own shit first and work on improving yourself before you start trying to fix the world.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't care. You know what?
Yep.
It really doesn't bother
Whatever.
me whether it's me, Specialist Reed, fucking statue, no statue. It doesn't bug me. I will say it's a slippery slope.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And you want to start taking things out. But you know what? I think if you care that much about the statue, maybe you should like check yourself before you wreck yourself. You know what I mean?
No, I got it. I agree.
Yeah. We'll do one more. What do you got?
We got time.
Do we have one more?
Do we have any more? If we don't, we'll keep going.
Alec Beefley says, give them the fun facts, Snooki. Not sure what that is.
No.
But no, that's all for questions we got in the comments.
Okay, great. Hey, thanks a lot. That's cool.
Yeah, well,
that's a cool little segment. I like that.
Yeah, it was a good one.
Yeah.
Started off super rough because Johnny's a piece of shit, but
God, Johnny, you fucking suck.
yeah, you're the worst.
Yeah, you're awful.
I can leave. I'm not being paid.
No, we're your only friends, so you have nowhere else to go.
But
Excuse me. Fuck.
no, man. good show.
Yeah, I liked it.
Yeah, Merry Christmas to everybody. Happy
Absolutely.
Hanukkah. Have
Happy
a cool
holidays.
Kwanzaa or however, whatever
It's
you
Happy
say.
Kwanzaa, or Merry Kwanzaa.
Just happy holidays
Happy
to
fucking
everybody.
holidays, man.
Have
Enjoy it.
Have a great Christmas. Tell
Putting
somebody
the
you love them.
Christ
Just be a
back
little
in
bit
Christmas.
nicer. Johnny, I'm sorry that I hate you.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah, man. Enjoy it. Enjoy whatever it is you want to do. Being with people, not being with people, whatever, man. Have a good time.
Yeah.
Don't hurt anybody. Don't hurt yourself. Enjoy, man. Live life. Love life.
Yeah.
Figure it the fuck
Pursuit of
out.
happiness.
Yeah. Figure it out. Go ahead and
Like,
solid
comment,
episode.
subscribe.
I like it.
Friends on Facebook, Twitter, any of that shit. Help us out, man. The more you guys support us, the more we can add to the show. We can make it better. We'll start incorporating new things. You have ideas? Shoot them our way. We're completely here for you guys. We love the interaction between the audience. It's great. Send us more questions. We're going to post the email all over the place. Send us whatever you want. You can send us fucking videos, news articles, personal questions, anything.
Hey, and as always, figure it out, you
Send it our
goofy
way.
Christmas bitches.
Jingle
I'm done with
fucking
this.
bells.
I gotta go piss out this fat
Fuck
dick.
it.
I'm
Figure
out.
it the fuck out.